Hello everyone, I hope you are doing very well. So welcome to this class. In this today's class, we are going to discuss some important concentration terms. Okay. So this is the chapter, some basic concept of chemistry that we are discussing. So in this chapter, first of all, I want to recall what are the topics that we have covered already. So we have covered stoichiometry, right? We have covered stoichiometry. This is STOI, stoichiometry and stoichiometric calculations. The word stoichiometry is derived from two Greek words, stoichion meaning elements and metron meaning measure. As I discussed already, you can see this is the combustion of methane reaction and this is the balanced equation. In this equation, you can say 1 mole of CH4 is reacting with 2 mole of O2 and producing 1 mole of CO2 and 2 mole of H2O. Also, you can say 1 mole of CH4 is reacting with 2 mole of O2, and in terms of molecule, you can say 1 molecule of CH4 is reacting with 2 molecule of O2 and it is producing 1 molecule of CO2 and 2 molecule of H2O. In terms of mass, you can say 16 gram of CH4 is reacting with 64 gram of O2 and it is forming 44 gram of CO2 and 36 gram of H2O. And in terms of volume also, you can say like 22.7 liter CH4 is reacting with 45.4 liter of O2 and it is forming 22.7 liter of CO2 and 45.4 liter of water. So in terms of volume, mass, molecules, moles, you can say, and these numbers that are placed in front of reactants and products, these are named as stoichiometric coefficient. These are named as stoichiometric coefficient. So it deals with the calculation of masses, sometimes volume also, of the reactants and the products involved in a chemical reaction. So here methane and dioxin are called reactants and carbon dioxide and water are called products, you know very well, and the coefficient are called stoichiometric coefficient, which are placed in front of reactants and products. Okay, they represent the number of molecules, moles, as well as you can say in grams, in volumes we can present this. You can say like this: 22.7 liter of CH4 reacts with 45.4 liter of O2 to give 22.7 liter of CO2 and 45.4 liter of H2O. Apart from this, you can say in terms of mass, and from these relationship the given data can be interconverted as follows. Like you can convert mass into moles, moles into number of molecules. You can convert number of molecules into moles and moles into mass. And there is a relationship between mass, volume and density. That relationship is mass by volume is equal to density. Mass by volume is equal to density. Okay, this is about the density terms. And we have covered in the previous class about the limiting reactant. That is very simple. Suppose A plus B gives C plus D, and suppose 10 gram A required 15 gram B, and they are producing these products. So in the balanced chemical equation, this is the amount that they required, right? That is the required amount of A and B. But suppose I have provided 20 gram of A. I have provided 20 gram of A. So A reactant is in excess and I have provided only 15 gram of B. So B required only 10 gram of A. So B will react with 10 gram of A and B will finish up. And after the completion of B, if the least amount, that is B, if the least amount reactant get consumed, then after some time it will consumed, and then further reaction does not take place. It means this B, which is acting as a limiting reactant here. Suppose I will provide 30 gram of B, so it will react with A as well, but I am providing only 50 gram of B, so B will consumed now. B will be consumed, and after that reaction further does not take place. Further reaction does not take place. It means you can say B is acting as a limiting reagent, or B will be known as limiting reactant. You can say what will be the A, because A is present in excess amount, so you can say A is an excess reactant or A is an excess reagent. I hope this point about the limiting reagent is clear to everyone. Let's move to the next. And one more important point I want to say, that the reactant which get consumed first limits the amount of product, formed, and that's why this is called limiting reagent. After the limiting reagent, I told you about the terms concentration and solubility, and now today we are going to express concentration terms. Okay, like we are going to express the concentration in terms of like mass percentage, volume percentage, weight percentage, volume by volume, etc. Mole fraction, molarity, molality, normality, etc. So mass percentage, as I told you already, if you want to calculate mass percentage, or you can say it should be W by W, or you can say it can be M by M. So it is very simple. You can write mass of a component divided by total mass of all the components to multiply with 100. In case of solution, you can say mass of solute divided by mass of solution multiply with 100. Suppose you are saying volume in terms of volume, so you can say volume. So in this way you can calculate mass percentage, volume percentage. So what will be the formula for volume by volume percentage? Like if we have a solution, so you can say volume of solute divided by volume of solution, and for percentage you have to multiply with 100. Similarly, you can calculate the mass by volume percentage. So what will be the formula for mass by volume percentage? M by V percentage. So you can write mass of solute divided by volume of solution and multiply with 100 for percentage. Now here are some another formulas as well, like ppm. What is this ppm? ppm is nothing, it is named as parts per million. What is ppm? Parts per million. A very few particles are present, a very few particles of solute are present in solution. In that particular case, we can calculate the concentration in terms of ppm. Similarly, we have ppb. ppb is nothing, that is parts per billion. Parts per billion. In terms of parts per million and parts per billion, we can also calculate the concentration. If very few particles are present of solute in solution, parts per million, in case of parts per million, the same formulas you can apply. Suppose you are applying mass of solute divided by volume of solution, you have to multiply with 10 raised to the power 6. In case of parts per million, 10 raised to the power 6, it means in 10 lakh particles only one particle is present, right? In 10 lakh particles only one particles of solute is present in that particular case, right? You know, like the you can say the composition of DDT in water, right? That is getting dissolved, and we can measure the amount of DDT in ppm. We can measure the concentration of DDT in rivers or in other water sources in ppm, right? In ppm. ppb is parts per billion. In case of ppb, you have to multiply with 10 raised to the power 9. Let's understand with some examples, not examples, with some formulas. You can see, suppose you are saying mass by mass percentage, but not calculate ppb, mass by mass, but in terms of ppm. So you can apply the formula mass of solute divided by mass of solution multiply with 10 raised to the power 6. If you want to calculate in ppm, and if ppb, so multiply with 10 raised to the power 9. 10 raised to the power 9. Okay, so by this way you can calculate the concentration in terms of ppm, ppb. So the next will be, but mass percentage we have done, volume by volume percentage we are done, weight percentage we are done. Next is mole fraction. What will be the mole fraction? How can we say that what fraction of this particular amount or what fraction of this particular component is present in this particular solution? So the calculation of, suppose we have a binary solution like a plus b components are mixing and they are giving solution. Let's suppose b is solute and a is solvent. If b is solute and a is solvent, then what you can do? A plus b gives solution. What we are doing, we are calculating mole fraction. First of all, mole fraction symbol is chi. It is written like this. It is named as chi. Okay, but generally we are writing x. It is chi. That is a symbol of mole fraction. Like this. Okay. The next important point, suppose you want to calculate the mole fraction of A, so you can write chi A. Suppose you want to calculate the mole fraction of B, so you can write chi B. You are asking only fraction, not percentage. So fraction means for which component you are asking. For A, you have to put in numerator. That means you can write mole fraction of, number of moles of A. You are asking the fraction of moles, na? So you have to put moles here, number of moles of A, and divided by total number of moles, or you can say number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. Not only this, you can write in terms of symbols. Number of mole symbol is small n and Na divided by Na plus Nb. So Na divided by Na plus Nb, or even you can write Na divided by Nt. Nt is nothing, that is a total number of moles. Nt is nothing, that is the total number of moles. Xb is nothing, that is Nb. You can write divided by Na plus Nb, because we have two component solution, it means binary solution, or you can write Nb divided by Nt. So this is the way by which you can calculate mole fraction of A and mole fraction of B. Is there any other way? Yes, definitely. So if you have calculated, suppose two component system is here and solution is made up of only two components, one is solute, another is solvent, and you have calculated chi A. Chi A is nothing, that is Na divided by Na plus Nb. So similarly you can calculate Xb will be Nb divided by Na plus Nb, or you can also write Na divided by Nt, and here you can write Nb divided by Nt. What is this Nt? Nt is the total number of moles. Okay, suppose you are adding these Xa plus Xb, add this mole fraction, like percentage will be 100 always, fraction will be 1 always. So Xa will be Na divided by Na plus Nb plus Nb divided by Na plus Nb. If you are taking LCM, it comes out to be Na plus Nb, and here you can write Na and here you can write Nb, and it will cancel and you will get 1. So the another way, if you have calculated Xa, so because we know Xa plus Xb is equal to 1, we are calculating what is Xa plus Xb. So Xa plus Xb is equal to 1. So you can write, if Xa you have calculated, so you can calculate Xb in a very simple way, 1 minus Xa. 1 minus Xa. So this is how you can write mole fractions. So let's understand mass percentage, we know very well. So first of all, I want to discuss a problem based on mass percentage. You can see a solution is prepared by adding 2 gram of a substance A to 18 gram of water. So 2 gram of substance A, which is solute, and 18 gram of water is solvent. You have to calculate the mass percentage of the solute. It is written mass percentage of the solute. So you can apply the formula m by m percentage. You can write mass of a component A, you can write mass of solute, which is 2 gram, divided by total mass of solution, or you can write total mass of all components. So 18 plus 2, it should be 20 gram, multiply with 100, 2 times 20 and 10 times 100, it should be 10%. It means 10% a substance A is present in this particular solution. I hope you are getting a clear idea that what is the use of this mass percentage. Let's move to the solution, and the answer comes out to be 10%. You can see the solution. This is very simple. Mass of A divided by mass of solution. Mass of solution is equal to mass of solute plus mass of solvent. The next is mole fraction. We have calculated mole fraction as well. It is the ratio of number of moles of a particular component, number of moles of A, divided by to the total number of moles of the solution, or to the total number of moles of the all components. If substance A dissolves in substance B, it means substance A is solute and B is solvent. The number of moles are Na and Nb respectively. The mole fraction of A and B. So mole fraction of A will be number of moles of A divided by number of moles of solution, and Na divided by Na plus Nb. Mole fraction of B will be number of moles of B divided by number of moles of solution. It means you can say Nb divided by Na plus Nb. I hope you are getting a clear idea about the mole fraction. It is the most widely used unit. So let's now understand molarity. Molarity is nothing that is the most widely used unit, and it is denoted by capital M. The symbol for molarity is capital M. What is molarity? Molarity is nothing that is the number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 liter of solution. And number of moles of solute is given mass of solute, means WB. Suppose I am saying A for solvent and B for solute. So WB divided by MB into 1000 by volume on solution in milliliter. Also you can write WB divided by MB into 1 by V in liter, right? Because we have converted volume in milliliter, so we have to put 1000 here. Also you can write MB is M is equal to molarity is equal to number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 liter of solution, right? Dissolved in 1 liter of solution. That is, so this is about the molarities. What will be the unit? Number of moles unit will be mole. What will be the unit of chi A, chi B, mole fraction of A, mole fraction of B? They are unitless. They are unitless because in numerator and denominator both are of same unit. That means both are number of moles. So they are unitless. Okay, they are unitless. But the important part, what will be the unit of this molarity term? Mole and volume is in liter. So mole per liter, also named as molar, and the symbol will be used as a capital M. So it is defined as a number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of the solution. Thus molarity is equal to number of moles of solute and volume of solution in liter. Suppose we have 1 molar solution of a substance, let's say NaOH, which is a base, strong base, sodium hydroxide, and we want to prepare a 0.2 molar solution from it. So in one beaker we have 1 molar solution of NaOH, and we want to make 0.2 molar solution from it. So 1 molar NaOH means 1 mole of NaOH is present in 1 liter. 1 mole of NaOH is present in 1 liter. So we have total 1 liter volume, and in 1 liter volume we have 1 mole of NaOH. 1 mole of NaOH means given by my molar mass, you can calculate the 1 mole. It means given by my molar mass is equal, then you will get the 1 mole. Okay, and you have to prepare 0.2 molar, and then what volume we can add, and then we can dilute. The important point is here we have to make 0.2 molar in 1 liter. 0.2 mole of NaOH in 1 liter. For 0.2 molar solution, we require 0.2 mole of NaOH dissolved in 1 liter of solution. So what amount of volume we will take from this 1 molar NaOH? Very simple. There is an equation M1V1 is equal to M2V2 for the calculation of the molarity, volume, and etc. If we are comparing two things. So M1 is given 1 molar, V1 is given 1 liter, M2 is given 0.2 molar, and V2 we have to calculate. So you 1 into 1 divided by 0.2. So V2 comes out to be 1 divided by 0.2. And if you are removing this decimal, it would be 10, and 10 divided by 2, it comes out to be 5. 5 what? 5 liter or 5 milliliter? What should be the volume? So let's understand this. For making 0.2 milliliter, 0.2 molar solution from 1 molar solution, we have to take that volume of 1 molar NaOH solution which contains 0.2 mole of NaOH and dilute the solution with water to 1 liter. Now you can see how much volume of concentrated NaOH solution to be taken which contains 0.2 moles of NaOH can be calculated. So the important part is here, we have to calculate V2. No, we have to calculate actually V1. We have to calculate actually V1. So M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. So M1 is given, that is 1 molar. V1 we doesn't know. V1 we doesn't know. And M2 is given. V1 we have to calculate. Suppose V. M2 is given 0.2 molar and V2 we know we have to make 1 liter, or you can say 1000 milliliter. We have to make 1000 milliliter. So, or you can say 1 liter, right? So you have to calculate with the help of this, or similarly you can calculate. If 1 mole is present in 1 liter or 1000 ml solution, then 0.2 mole is present in. If 1 mole is present in 1 liter or 1000 milliliter solution, then 0.2 mole is present in 1000 milliliter divided by 1 mole into 0.2 mole solution, or you can say 200 milliliter solution. That's what I want to say to you. If you have M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. M1 is given to you 1 molar, right? V1 you have to calculate V. Then M2 is given to you, you have to make 0.2 molar solution. And V2 is given, you have to make what volume? You have to make 1000 milliliter volume. You have to make 1000 milliliter volume. So 1000 into 0.2 divided by, so V would come out to be 0.2 into 1000 divided by 1. So you will get volume will be 200 ml. Volume will be 200 ml. Similarly, in the previous concept, you can see M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. If you will, because you have to find out this volume, okay? Again, I am repeating this point. You have to find out this volume. So M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2, and V2 is given to you. That is, you are making 1000 milliliter volume. You are making 1000 milliliter volume. So from here you can calculate, and the answer comes out to be 200 ml. Answer is 200 ml. So you need 200 ml of 1 molar NaOH, 200 ml of this particular volume, and mix it in water and dilute it. Okay. So the important and interesting part is here that 200 ml solution, 200 ml volume you need. You can write 200 ml volume. Okay. So 0.2 mole is present in 200 ml solution, or also you can say the 200 ml volume you need. Thus 200 ml of 1 molar NaOH are taken and enough water is added to dilute it and to make it 1 liter. A general formula M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2, as I told you already, where M and V are molarity and volume respectively can be used. In this case, M1 is equal to 0.2 molar, V1 is 1000 ml, M2 is 1 molar, and V2 is to be calculated. Substituting the values in the formula, you can see you will get 200 milliliter, not liter, 200 milliliter. You will get 200 milliliter volume. 200 milliliter. The next and important term is problem. Calculate the molarity of NaOH in the solution prepared by dissolving it in its 4 gram. This is the given mass of solute, which is WB, to enough water to form 250 ml. This is given the volume in milliliter. Let's apply the direct formula of molarity, which is WB by MB into 1000 by volume of solution in milliliter. If I am applying this formula, W is given 4 gram. If you will calculate the molar mass, so 23 plus 16 plus 1, it comes out to be 40 gram. So molar mass of solute is 40 gram into 1000 divided by 250. So 4, 10, 1, 0, 1 and 10 by 50. 5 to the 10, 5 5 is 50, 2 by 5, you will get 0.4 molar. What is the answer? You are getting 0.4 molar, or you can say 0.4 mole per liter. This is mole per liter inverse. Okay, mole liter inverse. So you are getting this answer. You are putting the formula molarity is equal to number of moles of solute and divided by volume of solution in liters. Then you can put all the values. Either you can convert volume of solution in liter or you can put it in milliliter with a 1000. Okay, you will get the answer 0.4 molar. Molarity of a solution depends upon temperature because volume of a solution is temperature dependent. But in case of molality, if we'll discuss molality, it doesn't depend on temperature. It is defined as the number of moles of solute present in 1 kilogram of solvent, denoted by small m, and formula will be number of moles of solute, which is nothing that is WB by MB if B is representing solute into mass of solvent in kilogram. So you can write 1000 and you can write WA, this is given mass of solvent and it is in gram. Okay, WA divided by WA in grams. If you are putting in kilograms, so you need not to write 1000. Okay, this will be the formula of molality. Along with this, I want to tell you the formula of normality as well. Normality is nothing that is it may be defined as the number of moles of number of gram equivalents, actually number of gram equivalents dissolved in 1 liter of solution. One liter. So you can say number of gram equivalents formula will be equivalent mass given mass by equivalent mass. Number of gram equivalents of solute, given mass of solute divided by equivalent mass of solute. And if you want to convert this volume in milliliter, you have to put 1000 here, and volume you can put now in milliliter. I am giving you the formula with 1000 and milliliter or gram because you are getting questions in milliliter when volume is given in milliliter or mass is given in grams. Okay, so given mass of solute, which is WB, and equivalent mass we can calculate with the help of molecular mass. So you can see equivalent mass is equal to molar mass divided by n factor, and n factor is nothing. For acids, it is the replaceable H, it is the number of replaceable H positive ions. For bases, it is the number of replaceable OH negative ions. For salts, it is the valency of higher valency of cation or anion, right? It depends on cation or anion. That will be the equivalent mass. So if you will put the term here, molar mass by n factor, molar mass upon n factor, so n factor goes above, n factor multiply 1000 and volume in milliliter. So what can you do here? You can see this WB by MB, this is molar mass of solute, into 1000 by volume in milliliter, this is exactly molarity. So you can write n factor into molarity will be equal to normality, will be equal to normality. What will be the unit? Unit will be gram equivalent per liter, gram equivalent per liter for normality. So now we are discussing molality. Molality is nothing that is WB by MB into 1000 by WA. What will be the unit? Small m is the symbol and the unit will be number of moles of solute, means mole, and in kilogram means kg. So unit will be mole per kg or mole kg inverse, and it is combinedly said as called as molal or small m. Problem, there is a problem based on the molality formula. The problem is saying that the density of 3 molar solution, this is given 3 molar solution, 3 molar, molarity is given of NaCl is 1.2 gram per milliliter. Density is given 1.25 gram per milliliter. You have to calculate the molality. Now it's very easy question. Okay, molarity to molality, you have to calculate small m. What is the formula of small m? Small m formula is given mass of solute divided by molar mass of solute multiply with 1000 divided by given mass of solvent in grams. Okay, and we have given 3 molar solution of NaCl. 3 molar solution of NaCl means 3 mole of solute, 3 moles of solute present in 1 liter. 3 moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. If 3 moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution, what does it mean? In case of molality also, you have to put moles of solute. So you can see 3 moles of solute are there present in 1 liter of solution. Density is equal to mass by volume. You need mass, so mass is equal to density into volume. Density is what? 1.25 gram. Volume is what? 1 liter. It means mass is what? 1.25. Mass is what? 1.25. Is it correct? You can say 1.25 gram per milliliter. So you have to put volume in milliliter as well, which is 1000 milliliter. So if you are removing this decimal, so it comes out to be 100 and you will get 10 here. So it comes out to be 1250 gram. 1250 gram. Okay. This is 1.25, 100 or 1000. 1250 gram is WA. This thing you are getting WA. Let's put here. So molality will be 3 moles of solute into 1000 by 1250. 0 cancel, and then you can see 300 by 125 and you will get this molality. Let's see the solution. Molarity is given to you 3 mole per liter. Mass of NaCl is in 1 liter of solution is 175.5 gram because 3 moles are present. So mass of NaCl is, how can you calculate? That is 3 into 58.5. This is the given mass. This is what? Given mass. Easy to calculate. Again I am repeating, given mass of solute, how can we calculate? Because number of moles is equal to given mass by molar mass of solute, right? Given mass by molar mass of solute. So WB is equal to N, which is given 3 moles, and molar mass of solute is equal to 58.5. It comes out to be 175.5 gram. Given mass is present. 175.5 gram given mass is present. Mass of 1 liter of solution is 1250 gram. Mass of 1 liter of solution we have calculated 1000 into 1.25. This is volume and this is density. Volume into density gives mass. Since density is equal to 1.25 gram per milliliter. Mass of water in solution, this is solvent. So we have calculated mass of water. Mass of water is what? 1250 minus 75.5. 1250 minus 75.5 and it comes out to be 1074.5 gram. Then what will be the formula of molality? Molality is equal to number of moles of solute present in 1 kilogram of solvent, and number of moles of solute is given 3 mole, and mass of solvent in kilogram is 1074.5 gram, and we can convert this 1074.5 gram into 1.0745 kilogram. The common mistakes that you can see here, you never calculate the moles like this. Okay, you can see here 1250 is the given mass of solvent. That is correct. But if you are calculating molality like this, it is not correct, because in molality we have to put given mass by molar mass, given mass by molar mass, and we can calculate the given mass. Okay, so do not try this method. Always go with the simple formula. So 3 moles of solute present in 1 liter and density is mass by volume. First of all, calculate mass of solution. Mass of solution is mass of solution is 1250 gram. So this is the mass of solution. It is not the mass of what? It is not the mass of solvent. It is the mass of solution. And if you know the mass of solution, this is the common mistake here. Mass of solution. So what can you do? Mass of solute plus mass of solvent is equal to mass of solution. If mass of solution is 1250 gram, so you need mass of solute plus mass of solvent. Mass of solute, how can you calculate it? You can see 3 moles are given, so you can calculate the mass of solute, which comes out to be 175.5 gram. So with the help of this 175.5 gram plus mass of solvent, because you have to put WA, so you can calculate WA from here, okay, and put that particular value. Okay, so what can you do now? You can put the answer here. You can see the given mass of solvent, which is 1074.5 gram, and this 1250 is actually mass of solution. This is mass of solution. So these are the common mistakes that students can make. So you have to be very careful while solving these types of question when there is a conversion of molarity to normality, normality to molarity, or molarity to molality. Okay, so molality formula is number of moles of solute. So you can put directly the number of moles, because given mass by molar mass will be same if we are calculating molality or we are calculating molarity for both. But the mass of solvent in kilogram, or if you are putting in grams, you can put like this: 3 moles into 1000 divided by 1074.5 gram. You can put like this and you will get your answer, which is 2.79 molal. Small m means molal. Hence the correct answer is 2.79 molal. So again I am repeating, if you are directly multiplying, because density formula is mass by volume, and if you are calculating mass, so this should be, because density of solution is given na, so you are getting the mass of solution. If you are multiplying directly and putting the values, you will get your answer wrong. Okay, so this is the mass of solution and you have to calculate the mass of solvent. So if you are subtracting mass of solute from the mass of solution, then you will get the mass of solvent, and for this you have to calculate the mass of solute, and solute is given to you NaCl. Number of moles are given of NaCl 3 moles. If 3 moles are given, so number of moles is equal to given mass by molar mass, and molar mass you can calculate easily, which comes out to be 58.5 gram, and density is given and number of moles are given 3, so you can multiply 3 into 58.5 gram and you will get the given mass of solute. And with the help of given mass of solute, if you subtract the given mass of solute from this mass of solution, you will get the mass of solvent. So this is the way how you can calculate the molality for this particular question. I hope you are getting a clear idea how to solve these types of questions, and with this we are done with this chapter. Okay, in this chapter we have covered so many important topics. I hope you are getting all the concepts and you got each and every topic. Okay, so in this today's class we have covered, we have first of all recalled the previous class points that are like stoichiometry and stoichiometric calculations. Then we have covered limiting reagent, and after that we have covered the some terms for expression of concentration, like molarity, normality, molality, mole fraction, mass percentage, mass by mass percentage, volume by volume percentage, mass by volume percentage, ppm, ppb. These terms are, these expressions are only to express the concentration, So this is all about this today's class, and do practice, which makes you perfect definitely. So thank you so much everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.